In December 1970, the king of rock and roll did something no one saw coming. Not his fans, not his entourage, not even the President of the United States. Elvis Presley showed up at the White House, unannounced, with a mission. The backstory. It all started with a family argument in Memphis. Elvis, restless, hopped a red-eye to Washington, D.C. On the plane, he poured his heart into a 6-page handwritten letter, scrawling his thoughts on American Airlines stationery. His goal? To save America from drugs and communism. Yes, you heard that right. He even blamed the Beatles for promoting drugs, claiming their influence was corrupting the nation's youth. Elvis wasn't just a performer. He saw himself as a patriot, a man on a mission to protect his country. His letter outlined a bold request: to be made a federal agent at large so he could go undercover and fight the cultural decline he believed was gripping America. Was he serious? Half serious? Or just caught in a fever dream of his own making? That's the mystery. The White House gate on December 21, 1970, Elvis Presley, draped in a cape and gold chains, strode up to the White House gate at dawn. No appointment, no warning. Just a rock star with a handwritten letter, a few family photos, and a Colt .45 pistol he intended as a gift for the president. The Secret Service, predictably, confiscated the gun before it could reach Nixon's desk. They weren't amused, but they were intrigued. Elvis's letter was earnest, almost pleading, filled with phrases like, "I wish to be of service to my country." The guards took the letter and made a call. Against all odds, the president's staff decided this was too bizarre to ignore. Richard Nixon, the most buttoned-up man in America, would meet the king of rock and roll. The meeting. Picture the Oval Office, Richard Nixon, stiff in his suit, facing Elvis Presley, resplendent in purple velvet and aviator sunglasses. Elvis laid out his case with passion. Drugs were ruining the youth, communism was creeping in, and the Beatles were somehow to blame. He didn't just want to talk, he wanted to act. His request was specific: a federal narcotics badge to give him authority to fight the war on drugs in his own way. Nixon, perhaps charmed, perhaps utterly baffled, listened. The president, known for his paranoia and formality, could have dismissed it as lunacy. Instead, he leaned in. By the end of the meeting, Nixon agreed to give Elvis what he wanted: a shiny Bureau of Narcotics badge. The king was now, in some vague sense, a federal agent. The handshake that sealed the deal was captured in a photo that would become legendary. The aftermath. That meeting became the stuff of myth. The image of Nixon and Elvis shaking hands is the most requested photo in U.S. National Archives history. A snapshot of two worlds colliding. Rock and roll bravado meeting political power. Fans still debate what drove Elvis that day. Was he genuinely worried about America's future? Was he trolling, playing a larger-than-life prank? Or was he simply being Elvis, a man whose charisma could bend reality itself? The badge, now a prized artifact, symbolized a moment when the absurd became real. Elvis left Washington with his prize and a story no one would believe if it hadn't been documented. For one fleeting moment, the king of rock and the leader of the free world stood together in the Oval Office, united by a bizarre shared understanding. America was never quite the same after that day. The photo, the badge, the letter, they're relics of a time when truth was stranger than fiction. Elvis's quixotic quest to save his country, armed with nothing but a pen, a pistol, and unshakable confidence, remains a testament to his legend. And somewhere in the archives of history, that handshake lives on, as iconic as it is improbable.